Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Play XCOM Enemy Within. So, I'm going to continue where I left off. I'm about to finish Carapace armor research, which means I will unlock a lot of new items, because now I can research all of these autopsies instantly, because of my bonus. So let's get started. This will unlock quite a few items that are new in the expansion, so I'm going to talk about them shortly. I didn't use a lot of these items in practice yet, I just know them kind of on paper. This does not unlock anything new. So next up is Fireman Autopsy. This will unlock two new items in the expansion, the gas grenade, which is basically a poison grenade. This is the exact same effect the Fireman used, so you can have it in a grenade form. Not the best use of the item slot ever, but it's a new item nonetheless. I wouldn't use it myself. This gene mod, however, is very nice. It basically allows you to jump like the Fireman does, so you can use this gene mod to get high ground very easily. It's a nice alternative to the skeleton suit, for example. So next up, Muton Autopsy. This will also unlock a new gene mod, I believe, yes. This is a very interesting gene mod. So what this does is, if you get a kill on a soldier with this gene mod, it will grant bonuses to all nearby soldiers. The description is a little bit vague, but I do believe the bonuses include aim, extra crit chance and extra movement. I don't remember the exact values, but these bonuses are aim, extra movement and extra crit chance. So this is a pretty strong gene mod, to say the least. It can only occur once every 5 turns, but is very good. At least that's how I feel. I didn't actually use this in practice yet, but on paper this sounds very strong. So next up, Chryssalid Autopsy. This will unlock chitin plating, obviously, but I don't have enough Chryssalid corpses for the plating yet, unfortunately. It also unlocks the needle grenade. The needle grenade is basically a frag grenade with bigger radius that can't penetrate cover. That's pretty much it. I'm not a huge fan of it, because I use my frag grenades to destroy cover very frequently, but it can be useful on some map types, I suppose. Again, I feel like the usefulness of this item depends on the map type. If you have a very open map without buildings and such, this is more useful. At least that's how I feel. And Bioelectric Skin, a new gene mod. This basically reveals nearby enemies and makes you immune to strangulation, but doesn't alert them. So yeah, it's kind of useful, but depends on map type again. It wouldn't be so useful on very open maps. It would potentially be extremely useful on maps with a lot of buildings and such. So next up is Seeker Autopsy. This will unlock Respiratory Implant, Ghost Grenade and another gene mod. This is +2 armor HP, basically, so it's a worse version of the chitin plating. Next up is the Ghost Grenade. Now this is one of the most interesting new items in my opinion. Unfortunately it does use Seeker corpses, but this gives invisibility to all of the soldiers in the radius for 1 turn. A very good item in my opinion. It can potentially be a lifesaver. It can easily be a lifesaver. I feel like this is extremely useful combined with assaults, for example, because you can take that extra risk as an assault, run up to some alien and risk triggering a new group, kill that alien, and if you end up triggering a new group and having your assault exposed, then you can throw a ghost grenade and not have the assault killed. So that's one of the many potential uses for this item. So this is one of my favorite new items in the expansion easily. A very powerful item. And the Mimetic Skin gene mod, this is a strange one. So if you move your soldier with this mod, a soldier that was not detected or is not seen by the enemy, and you move into high cover, that soldier will not be targeted by aliens. So it's a bit of a situational mod. It can potentially be very powerful, but I haven't used it in practice yet. It sounds very good on paper. It's something that I kind of need to test in practice. But yeah, as you can see, it does not work if enemies have line of sight to your soldier's starting position. So you have to have a soldier kind of in the back or completely out of sight of the aliens, and then move that soldier into high cover, and then he won't be targeted. But leaving cover or firing breaks this effect. I think firing breaks this effect. Just waiting for this description to move a little bit faster. Yeah, firing breaks this effect. So, yeah, it's a bit strange. It can be very useful situationally, I guess. You can move into good position to use a rocket on the next turn, for example. That's one of the uses I can think of on heavies. If you have a heavy in the back that wasn't detected by aliens, you can move much closer or into good firing position, but you have to move into high cover. Anyway, next up, I need to pick my next research, so I might just go for the arc thrower now. I'll need to get started on that. I might go for weapon fragments to unlock the scope. Yeah, I might grab weapon fragments and experimental warfare before I get the arc thrower. I still need to build alien containment. So let's grab weapon fragments first. And let's finish the month. I don't think I'm going to get any new missions this month. Oh, also, I decided to use Eva as a mech trooper, which will have the added benefit of getting her out of the hospital, but that doesn't really matter all that much, that's only 12 days. But yeah, I did decide to use her as a mech trooper, so that means I need 2 more credits. I'll just sell 1 alien alloy. That will cost me 10 meld and 10 credits, and then I will have to buy the actual suit. So let's have a look. Augment soldiers, and we're going to use her as a mech trooper. She will keep her rank, so I will unlock a lot of the abilities on the mech trooper. She's in major rank right now, so I will unlock almost everything. That's one of the reasons why I'm going to use her. And the heavy bonus for the mech trooper is actually quite nice. Minus 20 aim to the nearest visible enemy, and it can't critically hit on the mech. Keeping your mechs alive is extremely important, because the seals are actually kind of expensive in terms of meld. And meld is pretty hard to get, especially on impossible. But either way, she will be the mech in my team. Satellites are done, so now I was already thinking about where exactly to use my satellites. I could use them in Australia and Argentina to prevent them from leaving the council. I could also get the North American bonus, which will save quite a lot of credits for me, because first of all, this will reduce the maintenance costs of my interceptors, but it also means I won't have to buy new interceptors. If I launch a satellite in Australia, for example, I'll have to spend 80 credits to get 2 interceptors in there. I'm not too excited about doing that. I not only mind losing Australia, that will be 4th nation to leave the council, so I'm going to sacrifice Australia, get the North American bonus. That also means I can get extra 2 aim from the medal, that gives you plus 2 aim per continent bonus. So that's what I'm going with. Then it will give me cheaper interceptors. So there we go. That's minus 50%, which is nice. And I'm going to launch 1 satellite over Argentina, just to prevent them from leaving the council. And that was my last satellite. So, I will get 20 engineers at the start of the next month, because I'm already up to 19. So I will be able to get my next satellite uplink easily. I just need to get 1 more power generator. That's why I'm excavating this location. I'll get power generator under this one to get the adjacency bonus. Alright, let's finish this month, because I'm at 0 credits.
Commander.
Yeah, Australia has withdrawn, but as I said, I sacrificed them. And now that gives me 343 credits. Which means, well, first of all, I need to get that power generator, because I can't actually build satellite uplink right now. I don't have enough power. So let's wait 2 days. I will finish the augmentation in just a second. So there we go, that's done. I leave this cutscene in the video, because this is the first time this cutscene appears in my first XCOM Within series.
The cybernetic interfaces are holding stable, but they're of no use without a cybersuit to interface with. I suggest we manufacture one immediately. When our new mech trooper equips that suit, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with its capabilities.
So yeah, that's that. She is now a mech trooper, which means I have 3 heavies, which should be more than enough really. I did lose an experienced heavy, however I gained a very experienced mech trooper. So now I need to actually build a mech, which will cost me 25 credits, which is not that important. But more importantly, it will cost me 40 meld, which is quite expensive. I only have 100 meld right now, and this is the 3rd month. So this will cost me 40% of all the meld I collected in the first 2 months. So these things are quite expensive, it's very important to keep them alive. But they are also quite good, so I have a choice between flamethrower, which is pretty much a short-range rocket launcher. You can use this twice per mission, I believe, and kinetic strike module, which is also pretty damn good, but you need to be right next to the enemy to actually use this. It also gives you extra movement, so these are both really nice, but personally I prefer the flamethrower. You can only use this twice per mission, but this acts like a short-range rocket launcher pretty much. This is guaranteed damage, so it's quite nice. Anything that does guaranteed damage is awesome. So now I have the mech, so I can equip Eva with it, and I need to pick all of my promotions. So now there are quite a lot of choices here, but my general rule here will be picking promotions that will allow me to keep the mech alive easier, because if I lose the mech suit, I'll have to build a new one, I believe, and that will cost me 40 meld. I don't really want to have to spend 40 meld again. I mean, obviously, right? 40 meld is quite a lot. So I'm going to pick promotions based on survivability. So let's see. The first choice is plus 15 defense when in Overwatch, or shots from Overwatch no longer suffer any aim penalty. Both of these are nice, but since I'm going to pick promotions based on survivability, I'm going with plus 15 defense when in Overwatch. You have to keep in mind that the mech trooper or the mechs can't use cover. So these bonuses are very important, in my opinion. Next up, plus 2 bonus damage against targets that have been autopsied. So this is nice, but this one is better. When the mech takes damage, all further damage will be reduced by 2 for the next 2 turns. So this is really nice. This will allow me to keep the mech alive longer. Next up, jet boot module and one for all. So one for all allows you to kind of transform the mech into a high cover element, which can be kind of useful, but I don't really like planning around taking damage. So I don't really like the idea of using the mech as a high cover element, because then you have to pretty much assume the mech will take damage or will be very exposed to damage. I kind of like the jet boot module, because this is basically the ability to jump, so you can get high cover, you can get high ground very easily with this. So I'm going with jet boot module. Next up, repaired servos or expanded storage. Expanded storage is exactly what it sounds like, but again, repaired servos is a good survivability ability. This gives you plus 2 health recovery at the start of each turn for a maximum of 6 health per mission. So I'm going with this one. And overdrive, no choice here. Firing the mech's primary weapon as this is basically bullet swarm. This is the same exact thing as bullet swarm for the heavies. So this is pretty awesome. I can fire, and then I can use Overwatch for plus 15 defense. So this has a really nice synergy with automated threat assessment. So I'm not Colonel rank yet, so I can't pick the final one, but she is Major rank, so she will get that final promotion this month probably. Okay, so that's done. Let's continue and maybe do some mission. Weapon fragments research is done. I still need to wait for excavation, so one more day. Let's pick next research. So I can get some scopes now, which I might. But next up,
I've already put the new recruits to work in the lab.
yeah, I'm going to research experimental warfare. That's only 5 days, so not a big deal. Let's finish the excavation. There we go. Now I can build the power generator. So that will take 5 days, I believe. and then I can start the satellite uplink. This will give me enough power. Obviously, I have to start 3 satellites in the next 9 days, but, well, I guess I do have more than enough credits for that. I also need to get the carapace armor, at least 5. If I'm going to bring Eva to every mission, then I'm going to need 5 carapace armor. Let's do that then. I might wait for the first mission. I don't really want to sell more alien alloys or Elerium. I don't need to start the satellites.
We've picked up multiple requests for
Okay,
assistance.
200 gold or credits for scientists or for engineers. How's my situation in Europe?
Facilities at maximum capacity.
4 panic in United Kingdom, 4 panic in China and India. Well, here's the deal. If I launch satellites over China and India at the end of the month, I will not get abductions in Asia anymore. And that will only require 2 satellites, then I'll have 1 more satellite still available. I might go for the 200 credits. Hold on, what was the other alternative in Asia? That was for scientists. Yeah, I think I prefer 200 credits. That's going to be more useful, even though France is at 1 panic level only. I could also go for engineers. This is a tough choice. Problem is, if I ignore Europe, United Kingdom is going to panic anyway. And I should be able to remove some of the panic levels when I get a terror mission this month. I should get a terror mission this month. Not to mention, I'll get more abductions later. I'm going to go for the 200 credits. I'm going to need the money. So there we go. Alright, I'm obviously bringing Eva. So that means I have to kick someone out. I'm just going to remove this entire squad and remake it. Like so. Magnus can stay because he's coming for sure. So he can grab the carapace armor immediately. Like so. So I'm just going to customize this a little bit. And right, Eva is coming, that's for sure. I just need to equip the actual suit, obviously. And maybe I'll change the color of this. Let's have a look. So... oh, that one. I could use bright yellow. that looks pretty awesome. Yep, bright yellow mech. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So, next up, I'm going to bring the heavies, probably both of them. Yeah, well, I'm going to bring Zhang. Actually, I could bring 3 heavies. But... is that a little bit overboard? Maybe not, I need promotions on them. So that means I have to bring either assault or sniper. Tony was not so useful so far. But don't get me wrong, I will use sniper in the future, but I want to get extra experience for my other 2 heavies, because they need some key promotions. So I'm going to bring 3 heavies, 1 mech, obviously, and Magnus. Sounds good, I just need to give carapace armor to everyone. So let's do exactly that. You get this, you get this, and you get carapace armor. Alright. Okay, hold on, I might want to bring some extra items here. I think I can make 1 ghost grenade, yes I can. 4 Seeker Rex. 18 Elerium, 147 credits, holy crap. Wow, these things are expensive. I wanted to make a ghost grenade, but now I changed my mind. 147, yeah, that's way too expensive. I might want to use a scope or 2, maybe. I think I'm going to use the scope on Zhang. Possibly. Well, this is only 12 credits, so I might as well make a few scopes, because I can. I don't have enough Chryssalid corpses for the plating, unfortunately. I could make the implants, that's +2 armor HP, but I don't really think that's so useful, honestly. Alright. Let's go like this. So, again, Zhang can bring the scope, that gives him +10 aim for 85, that's pretty decent. These other guys will keep the nanofiber vest. I mean, they need to stay alive and their health is still significantly lower. That's 10-11 health with the carapace armor, but I'm still a little bit paranoid that they are going to die. Or 9 health with the scope. Maybe I should just bring 3 scopes? The scopes are awesome, always. Oh yeah, I can bring some extra stuff on Eva, or can I? No, I can't. Never mind. I'm still thinking about that scope. I am keeping the vest on my assault. For obvious reasons, the assault tends to be much more exposed to return fire than any other class, especially the way I play assaults. So, alright, let's get one more scope. The extra 10 aim is really nice. I need to get the gene mod, whatever it was called, for my other 2 heavies. The one that gives plus 10 aim after a miss. I like having that on heavies, especially with bullet swarm. But enough talking, let's actually do this mission, because this is taking a while now. So you grab the scope, and this looks fine. I just don't want to screw this up. Everyone has carapace armor. Does Zhang have carapace armor? Yes, he does. So 13 health on Zhang. Yeah, everyone has carapace armor. Let's go then. So this is going to be the first time in this playthrough when I'm going to use the mech.
Strike one. Prepare. France is sending an urgent mission request. We're still
Oh, this is a new map, I believe.
alien movement in one of their major city centers.
Yeah, I know the deal. Alright, let's get started then. Yeah, this is a new map. I've already seen it before. This is pretty much the same exact map that's used for the second slingshot mission, I believe. Anyway, let's get started then. So I'm going to send my mech first, there's no reason not to. But I won't be rushing too much. However, I would like to get the extra meld, that's always useful. But Overwatch. I'm going to use Overwatch every single turn on my mech unless I'm firing, because that's plus 15 defense. Not to mention she can do quite a bit of damage, and she has nice aim. 80 aim? No. 73 aim. I thought that's going to be higher, but whatever. Alright, so let's continue. Oh yeah, that medal is a little bit useless on her now, because mechs can't use cover.
Moving out.
But whatever, I don't mind, I suppose. I'll get more medals. I still have quite a few unassigned medals in the barracks. I should probably handle that. I should have handled that before this mission, most likely. But I feel much safer with all this extra health. Much safer. I just need to get better weapons now. But obviously this also means I'm going to see harder alien types. This is the 3rd month now, so I will see some tougher alien types soon. Right, I need to remember about that meld. I am going to grab that. So you go here. I can just go to the other side with everyone, that works. I'm not sure where the other meld container is, but if I get 10 meld out of this, I'm happy with that. So, no aliens here. That means it should be safe to just dash. I will dash into cover nonetheless, just in case there's a group of aliens in that corner. I don't think there is, but
Rolling out.
doesn't look like there is. I'm still thinking about that ghost grenade. I might make one, we'll see. I will get 200 credits from this mission, so... And the ghost grenade can really save your life in so many situations. It's easily one of my favorite new items in the expansion. Alright, bring it on. I feel so much safer with a squad like this compared to the first 2 months using 4 soldiers in paper armor. My squad is just so much more powerful now. Give me some aliens. Come on, I need target practice. They are hiding. I bet they are scared. I'm sure that's it. And Sprinter is just awesome for meld. So that's plus 10 meld already. Very nice. I'm already happy with this mission. So let's try to not die. Shouldn't it be too hard to achieve?
Heading there now.
Yes, you head there now then.
I'm on the
You
move.
go here. I can just stay in the open since I didn't trigger anything.
That location.
And keep using Overwatch. I assume there's going to be at least one patrol in this mission. That's usually the case. So it would be nice if that patrol ran into me right about now. Nope. No such luck.
What is making that sound?
I hear some floaters, but no patrol. Let's keep moving then. Come on.
Уже иду.
Come on, give me some aliens. Where are all the aliens hiding? I bet they are scared. Looks like it. I'm a little bit worried about this because I might end up with multiple alien groups right on top of each other. And that's not something I would like to deal with. Although technically I can deal with that. I do have 3 rocket launchers. Yep, that's the floater group. Shouldn't be too hard. I could just use a rocket launcher right now. I can still fire. So... oh yeah, I'm going to show you the general range of the flamethrower. That's the range of the flamethrower. I can use it twice per mission. I don't remember... yeah, it does 6 damage. So this is basically a short-range rocket launcher, kind of. So let's try to kill some of these. Did I bring some grenades? No, I did not. So... should I just use a rocket? I don't think I can hit more than one, no. And Zhang can't use a rocket on this turn, obviously. Okay, I don't think I can kill any of them on this turn. Doesn't look like it. Time to move into safe positions then. Into proper cover, I guess.
Moving out.
Magnus might be a little bit exposed, but I'm sure he'll be fine. So fire at them or use Overwatch? I think I'm going to use Overwatch because that's plus 15 defense. And that defense bonus is just so good. Yeah, Magnus is just a little bit exposed. I don't like that too much. Okay, Overwatch on everyone. I'm a little bit worried about Magnus. He might take some damage. I don't think they are close enough to see him yet. No, they are not. They are just firing at Zhang. He can tank the damage. Yeah, try it.
Taking fire over here.
You'll be fine. One more. And that's the reaction shot from my mech. Nice, 5 damage. Okay, he's jetpacking behind me. Well, that was a bad move because now I can flank him with my heavy. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. There's the second meld container. But first things first, let's kill this guy. I can just run up to him and kill him that way, I guess. That works. But might be a good idea using actual covers, so moving here is going to be much better. 100%, so he's down. And that's extra experience for my guy. Next up, I could just use my rocket launcher, but yeah, that seems like a waste against 2 floaters. So I do have 2 shots on Eva. 55%, 53% each. Let's do that. She has quite a lot of health. Well, actually the funny thing is Zhang has almost as much health as she does. Yeah, it's time to reload. But she can take more hits than Zhang because of these extra bonuses. Like the one that reduces damage by 2. So if she takes damage, all further damage will be reduced by 2 for the next 2 turns. And 2 turns can be a lot if you're fighting things. The only downside of mechs is that they can't use cover. But the plus 15 defense can partially make up for it. So 65% chance, let's try that. Okay, nice. Can I kill that thing right now? Possibly. I could try a pistol with Magnus, that might actually work. He does actually have high ground. And he could use extra experience. Yeah, that actually worked. And I can fire one more time. I could just suppress the remaining floater, probably a good idea. I'm not going to take any risks, even though I feel quite safe with all this health. But I see no reason to take any risks. Overwatch. I can move a little bit closer. Or not, I would have to dash. I can dash to the other side. I might be able to get the meld, but it looks like the meld container might be on the other side of the train. Yeah, I think that's the case. Yeah, I can see it right now. It's in the back. But it's quite far away, so I assume I have quite a few turns to actually get it. Okay, I can't see that thing right now, which is annoying. And yeah, I'm out of ammo.
Ready to engage.
I'm not going to use a rocket against one floater. That would be ridiculous. I still can't see it. Alright. I might just have to skip this turn without doing anything useful other than overwatching everything. I can just kill that floater with my assault on the next turn if I get closer. I don't want to move too far because I might trigger a group,
Roger, Dodger.
and I don't want to trigger a group with my assault exposed. Okay, that's fine. Overwatch. Overwatch with a pistol. Yeah, I should have overwatched with the assault rifle. That's a little bit more useful. He's backing up, I can't blame him. 3 damage. Not enough to kill it. But well, it wouldn't be enough to kill it no matter what, because Overwatch can't crit. Unless you're a sniper with the promotion, whatever it was called. So, run and gun or not? Yeah, I can't even see that floater anymore.
Okay.
I will probably trigger something. Yes, I will. More floaters. Might be time to use the rocket launcher. If I want to get the meld, I need to hurry up with that. I need to move closer if I want to take the meld. This is a little bit risky. But again, if I want to get the meld, I need to loot it on the next turn. I'm out of time. And I still can't see anything here. Alright, didn't. Well, I need to move closer. I might be able to see them from here. Nope. Oh well. Time to dash? Probably. I still got all of my rocket launchers, so I can use them. Possibly on the next turn. With Adam. Sounds like a plan. And Zang can also run up. Should be safe to hide here. I don't want to trigger an extra group of aliens. I'm just trying to be careful with that. And Overwatch. Should I just use a smoke grenade? This mission is almost done, I think. So I might as well use smoke grenade right now. I probably won't get a better use out of it.
Smoke's in the air.
So there's no reason to save it for anything. I don't think this is the last group of aliens. There's probably at least one more. But I can't hear anything nasty, so... And that's promotion for Adam, nice. I don't think he has Bullet Swarm yet, so that should be the Bullet Swarm promotion. Which is pretty much an essential promotion for the heavies. At least the way I use them. Nice, awesome. I really want to get the Colonel rank on Eva. That would be one of my fastest Colonels ever. At the start of the 3rd month. That's really fast. Okay, now I need to loot the meld. Which means I need to take the risk. And here's a nice thing about assaults. I think I mentioned that in one of my other videos already, but you normally can't dash to meld and loot it on the same turn, because it doesn't work. However, you can use run and gun, dash to the meld container and then loot it with the assault. Assault is the only class this works with. Now, I might trigger a group of alien with this move, but I think it's worth it. Yeah, that's another group of floaters. Only 2 floaters, so I'm fine. I don't need to kill that other guy. Where is he anyway? I can still use rapid fire. 20%. I could use rapid fire with the pistol. Where's that floater? I can't see him anymore. 24%, 44%. Okay, let's try with the pistol. That might do some damage, and it did. 1 damage only, but that's more than 0. Where's that floater? I can't see it anymore. It's somewhere there. I just don't see it. Yeah, that's irritating because I don't remember where exactly it is.
Heading to that location.
Let's just run into the open. I still can't see it, okay. Well, this is a little bit awkward. I guess I'll just use Overwatch on everyone. Probably. I might be able to do something about the floaters. I can give them a target by moving Eva closer, like so. Hey, I might be able to kill one. 73%. Nope, that wasn't enough.
Боеприпасы почти на нуле.
I can still try to do some damage with Magnus. And he should get the smoke effect. Yes, plus 20 defense. Oh yeah, there's the floater. How did I not see it? That's a little bit annoying. Did my heavy see him or what? I feel like I'm going crazy here. I totally didn't see that floater. I wasn't able to target it with my assault. Was it blocked by this thing over here? I guess it was, maybe? I can't tell. Oh well, I'll probably see it on my own video later, but it's a little bit strange that I didn't see this floater.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Can I actually kill it? I don't see it from here. And I don't see it from here either. Overwatch time. I don't think it can kill me, because even with the lucky crit, that's not enough damage. Yeah, I don't think it's enough damage. It's not. So I should be safe. Oh yeah, okay, one more group. Thin man. Now it's a time for a rocket launcher. If I'm close enough, which I'm probably not. Yeah, now he will fire at my assault, but this will not be enough damage to kill her. Even if he got a lucky crit, he can't do that much damage with one shot. I still can't target him with my heavy here. Okay, that's a little bit irritating now. But I can kill it quite easily with rapid fire. This obviously triggers Overwatch, but I have lightning reflexes. So she won't take damage. Oh, there's another floater in the back. Okay, I totally forgot about that one. Oh yeah, I was still using the pistol. That's a bit of a derp, but he's dead anyway. Okay, rocket launchers. Can I use them? No, I'm not close enough. Yeah, I'm not close enough. I don't think the thin men are anywhere close enough to actually do any damage to me right now. Oh, right, I'm going crazy. This is the floater that used the jetpack. Right. So, I can just kill it. I mean, yeah, I can move here and shoot it in the face. I only need 1 damage.
Acknowledged.
So let's do exactly that. I still can't see it. What? Now, riddle me this. Why can't I see this floater with my heavy? He's right next to me. That's insane. That seems like a bug, really. Well, he won't kill Zang, but he'll do quite a bit of damage. And now I can't do a whole lot about that. If I move here, will I be able to fire? Yes. But that's insane. Why can't Zang see him? Oh well, whatever. Let's try to kill him. Yep, he's dead.
Taken care of.
But if that was a more dangerous alien type, it would have ended poorly for me. At least Zang does have 13 hit points, so that kind of helps. And I'm out of ammo. Reload. Overwatch. This mission is almost done now. Reload. Overwatch. I need to remember that I actually triggered the Thin Man. So I don't want to get too reckless, but I feel so much safer already with all this extra armor and with all this extra firepower. It almost feels like a different game compared to the first 2 months, or a different difficulty level. At least until I get the stronger alien types, like mutant elites and such. But I won't get mutant elites for predictable future. I'm not even getting the mutants yet.
Я под огнем.
Alright, so let's finish this. Now I can use the rocket launcher easily and kill both of these. Or not? Yeah, I can kill them both. Just don't shoot the wall. Don't miss. There we go. And let's get one more kill on Neva, perhaps, if I can. Come on. Oh, he's behind full cover, alright, and I'm not close enough to use the flamethrower. Yeah, this is not enough range. 33%. Oh yeah, there's the Thin Man on the left side. 4 damage. I have to say, I'm loving the mechs so far. This is exactly my playstyle with the mechs. Move up to the aliens and shoot them in the face with a minigun. That's the best thing ever. That's the best thing since plasma in the face. Lightning reflexes again. I should be able to kill that thin man because he doesn't have any cover. I can just use rapid fire with the pistol. That will give me higher chance to hit. 64% twice. I do need to do 2 damage. Okay, nice, free crit. So that's enough to kill him. And there's just one more thin man left. I do believe that's the last alien in this mission. Let's see, can I get lucky? No. I don't think I can fire with anyone. Not anymore. But it's fine, he can't kill anyone either. Let's just play it safe and hide behind full cover. I got quite a few promotions this mission, I'm quite happy about that. Yeah, 4 damage. And now I get damage reduced by 2 for the next 2 turns on my mech. So that's pretty awesome. Now I can use the flamethrower just to kill that thin man. Not the best use of flamethrower ever, but hey, I can actually show how the flamethrower works. So this is guaranteed 6 damage on that thin man. Which is, as I said, kind of like a short-range rocket launcher, and I love it. So that was a very fun mission, but I have to say, this felt almost like a completely different difficulty level. I'm sure this will change once I get more powerful alien types, but this was a lot of fun.
Much as a scratch.
So, field medic, that's a no-brainer. Obviously, because that gives me 3 uses of the medkit. Bullet swarm, again, that's what I always pick. And close combat specialist. Yeah, the close combat specialist is awesome. As much as I do like the extra damage, don't get me wrong, this one is not a bad promotion. But close combat specialist gives you an extra completely free shot against any enemy within 4 tiles. So this is awesome. This is actually better than it used to be, because it got changed a little bit. Actually no, it didn't. Well, anyway, this is awesome because you don't even need Overwatch for it. So it's awesome against enemies like Berserkers, who can be quite strong on Impossible. So I usually always pick Close Combat Specialist on my assaults. The only bad thing about Close Combat Specialist is that if you're not careful enough, you might actually kill an alien that you're trying to stun with the arc thrower. I did that a few times, so you just need to be careful. But yeah, anyway, this is what I'm going to pick. And yeah, that was a very fun mission. I got 20 meld, I got some corpses, 14 weapon fragments, panic increased. Let's have a look at the map real quick. Yeah, my panic level is at 5 in all 4 of these, but I will get some panic reductions from other missions this month. This month is only just starting. And I can use my satellites to reduce panic level in at least 3 of these. Well, in exactly 3 of these. Speaking of which, I can get started on my satellite uplink soon, but I will start building 3 satellites before I forget about it.
Our current satellite uplink facility
Anyway,
is
this
at full capacity.
video is done now, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.